Hello, my name is Amanda and I'm a speech and language therapist who works as part of the Speech and Language Therapy Attainment Team. As part of the attainment team, my colleague Faith and I developed an intervention called Vocabulary Boost, which is an intervention to teach children and young people strategies to help them with learning and remembering new words. One of the ways that we teach this is by completing a word map, and we're going to go through how to do that today. This is what our blank word map looks like with all the different coloured boxes. This is something that you can easily complete at home with your child by either having the blank word map up on a screen on your iPad or computer and talking it through together. Or if you've got a printer, you're welcome to print it off and fill it in together too. The first thing that we need to do is to put the word that we are going to learn about in the middle of our word map. So for the purposes of today, I'm going to put the word dinosaur in the middle of our word map. Next, we need to count how many syllables are in the word and write down the sounds which we can hear at the start and the end of the word. When counting syllables, we would recommend saying the word alongside clapping. So for example, for dinosaur, it would be dinosaur. And then we would encourage your child to count how many claps they hear. So for dinosaur, you can hear 3 claps, and therefore that means that dinosaur has 3 syllables. Next, you want to think about the sounds that you can hear at the start of the word and the end of the word. Remember, this might not always necessarily be the letters that are written at the start and the end of the word, but the sounds that you can hear. So for dinosaur, the start sound would be D, and the end sound would be R. Then we need to think about what the word means, and we would encourage you to use a dictionary to help you. So for dinosaur, we've put that it means a large prehistoric reptile which is now extinct. Next, we need to think about words which mean the same and the opposite of the word that we've got in the middle of our word map. However, this will not always be possible for every word. A synonym is a word that means the same or similar as the word in the middle of our word map, and an antonym is a word that means the opposite. For the word dinosaur, I can't think of a synonym or an antonym, so on this occasion, we cannot complete this box. Next, we need to use our 5 senses to give us some more information about the word. So we want to think about what a dinosaur would look like, feel like, sound like, taste like, and smell like. We think it would look big, green, scary, spiky. It would feel scaly. We think a dinosaur would be loud and growly. We're not sure what it would taste like, but we think it would have smelt stinky. Next, you need to think about where you might find this word or what you might use it for. Remember, not every word will have an answer for these 2 questions. So when you're thinking about where you would find it and what you would use it for, we're not thinking about that word dinosaur. We are thinking about the physical object. So back in the day, where would you have found a dinosaur? So we think you would have found it in the wild or in a jungle, and nowadays you might find a dinosaur in a museum. What do you use it for? Nowadays, people use dinosaurs for archaeology by studying their fossils. Next, we want to think about the category this word belongs to. So for example, is it a fruit? Is it a sport? Is it a type of transport? So we think a dinosaur is an animal, and more specifically, it's a reptile. Next, you want to think about the type of word this is. So is it a noun, verb, adjective? A dinosaur is a noun. Next, you want to try using the word in a sentence. So our sentence for dinosaur is, the dinosaur crashed through the jungle. Now that we've got a better understanding of what the word means, we want to try to create a symbol or a picture that we can put in the middle of our word map to help us remember the word. So for dinosaur, we're just going to put in a picture of some dinosaurs. So this is what our completed word map would look like once we've filled out all of the boxes that we can. Here's another example of a completed word map, this time for the word grape. And you can see again that we can't fill in the synonym and antonym box for this one. And here's another example, this time for the word pretty. For pretty, we can't complete the box, what does it look like, feel like, sound like, taste like, smell like, or where would we find it? And that's because remember, pretty is not a physical object. Thank you for taking your time to listen to this presentation, and good luck with your word map completion.